We are going to turn out to that royal bombshell.
And now to that bombshell announcement.
It is dominating the front pages across the UK this morning.
Our kids are young. They're 3 and 5. They're amazing.
I would like to know, were Meghan's children born of her body or via surrogate, which is obviously something that you cover.
Controversies within the British monarchy are nothing new, but the latest one has taken a shocking twist. Lady Campbell, a well-known TV personality, has just exposed a startling truth about Buckingham Palace that has left the UK in shock. Campbell is known for her bold and sometimes controversial opinions about the royal family.
Today I've got something huge to discuss. Lady Campbell, one of the most outspoken royal insiders, has been pushing the surrogacy story for years.
But her latest revelation is something the media has largely avoided. Her comments have sparked a lot of public debates, with people questioning the real story behind her claims. But what exactly did Lady Campbell uncover, and how did the royal family respond? Join us as we uncover what Lady Campbell exposed about Buckingham Palace. Lady Campbell exposed Buckingham Palace. Lady Campbell has just exposed Buckingham Palace, and her claims are shaking the royal family like never before. For years, there have been rumors about Meghan Markle's pregnancies. This has been quietly discussed in private and online, but now Lady has taken those rumors and put them in the spotlight, making headlines everywhere. Campbell doesn't shy away from speaking out. This time, her focus is on Meghan allegedly using a surrogate for her children.
Breaking right now, Harry and Meghan Markle's surrogacy scandal has entered the mainstream media domain.
A claim that has left many shocked and wondering if there is any truth behind it. Stay tuned. We have got the full details. And this isn't new for Lady Campbell. Since Archie's birth in 2019, she has been questioning how things were handled. She noticed that Meghan's pregnancy didn't follow royal traditions. Unlike Princess Diana and Kate Middleton, who happily posed with their newborns outside the hospital, Meghan's birth announcement seemed rushed and secretive.
We start with some breaking news. Meghan Markle, wife of Britain's Prince Harry, has given birth to a baby boy.
No one saw Meghan leaving the hospital with her baby, and that raised eyebrows. More, the time of the pregnancy, also raised concerns. One of the main reasons people speculated about surrogacy was the timing of Meghan's pregnancy. Some felt that the timing of her baby bump photos and the delivery timeline seemed unusual, leading some to question whether the pregnancy had been entirely natural or if a surrogate had been involved. Also, people pointed out that Meghan's baby bump seemed to change shape and size throughout her pregnancy, with some photos showing it larger or smaller than expected for certain stages. This inconsistency in her visible bump led some to question if the bump was real. This further fueled the surrogacy rumors. Another observation is that Meghan and Harry were notably private about certain aspects of their pregnancies, which contrasted with the public appearances of other royals during similar stages. The couple's decision to remain relatively low profile led to speculation about why they avoided more traditional photo opportunities, with some assuming that Meghan's pregnancy may have been staged or handled differently. There were a few public moments that raised eyebrows. For example, Meghan's posture or the way she carried herself while pregnant seemed inconsistent with what some might expect from someone in the late stages of pregnancy. In some photos, her baby bump appeared to defy gravity, leading some to claim it didn't appear as natural. But that's not all. The royal couple's critics, particularly in the media, frequently questioned the authenticity of their pregnancy stories. Some pundits and commentators claimed that the couple wasn't giving out details and that certain aspects of the pregnancy were hidden, leading to further surrogacy speculation.
How Meghan Markle hid her baby bump before announcing she and Prince Harry are expecting.
Now, with reports of an insider from the palace confirming suspicions, Campbell has found new reasons to revisit her concerns and demand that will Buckingham Palace explain what really happened. But speaking out like this comes with risks, and Campbell knows it. Prince Harry and Meghan have shown they won't hesitate to sue when they feel attacked by the media. Campbell's bold statements put her in danger of facing a lawsuit, but she remains careful. She chooses her words wisely, hinting at inside information without making direct accusations that could land her in court. This move allows her to raise questions while avoiding possible legal trouble. Even with her careful approach, public reactions about Campbell are mixed. Some people admire her bravery, saying she's standing up for the truth. They believe she's exposing things that others are too afraid to mention. On the other hand, Meghan and Harry's fans think she's being intrusive, poking into private matters that should be left alone. Still, Lady Colin's history of revealing royal secrets that later turn out to be true makes it hard to dismiss her completely. Whether people agree with her or not, they're listening, and that's exactly what she wants. And her words are having an impact. Buckingham Palace has mostly ignored these rumors for years, brushing them off as nonsense. But now, with Campbell's claims making waves, staying silent is getting harder. The monarchy relies on order and tradition, and any doubt about the legitimacy of royal children could have serious consequences. If there's even a hint of truth to the surrogate story, it could raise questions about Archie and Lilibet's place in the royal line of succession. On a viral tweet by a Twitter user who claimed to be a palace insider, claimed there have been urgent discussions happening behind closed doors, though the public still knows nothing official. Adding fuel to the fire, Radar Online recently cited Campbell's investigations when reporting on the surrogacy claims. This was a turning point. For years, major news outlets avoided the topic, afraid of the legal and reputational risks. But when Radar Online, a widely read media source, decided to publish the story, it changed everything. They gave credibility to discussions that had previously been dismissed as mere gossip by backing up their claims with Campbell's long-term research. Suddenly, this wasn't just online speculation. Even so, Lady Colin remains cautious. She often hints that she knows more than she's saying, but stops short of revealing direct evidence. This keeps her protected while keeping the conversation on. Unlike some tabloids that go for shock value, Campbell presents herself as a concerned royal observer. Her aristocratic background gives her a certain authority that others don't have, and she uses that to her advantage. She's asking questions instead of directly accusing someone, which keeps the conversation going. But Meghan isn't taking this lightly. According to Radar Online Z's, she is considering legal action against Campbell for bringing up the surrogacy rumors again.
In a rare move, the Duchess of Sussex striking back, suing a British publisher.
A lawsuit could give the media a lot of stories to write and talk about, drawing even more attention to the controversy. Yet going to court would mean revealing personal details about her children's births, something Meghan and Harry have tried hard to keep private. Now they face a tough choice: sue Campbell and risk exposing more secrets, or ignore her and let the rumors continue. Either way, it may end up a lose-lose situation. To strengthen her argument, Campbell has pointed to history. She compares this scandal to the 1688 royal controversy over King James's heir. Back then, there were rumors that a baby had been smuggled into the royal birth chamber in a warming pan to secure the royal succession. Though this happened years back, the comparison highlights how royal births have always been subject to intense scrutiny. Campbell argues that just as people demanded proof back then, they deserve the same transparency now. Her point is simple: secrecy only leads to more questions. For Campbell, this isn't just about Meghan. It's about protecting the monarchy's integrity. If there continues to be doubts about Archie and Lilibet, it could cause long-term problems for the royal family. She believes the only way to end the speculation is for the palace to provide solid proof. Whether that means releasing birth records or offering some form of verification, she says it's necessary to maintain public trust. After all, the royal family is a national institution, and its legitimacy matters to millions of people. Now, the question is how the royal family will respond. Ignoring the controversy hasn't worked, and Lady Colin shows no signs of backing down. With the media picking up the story and public interest growing, the pressure is mounting. Buckingham Palace faces a critical decision: address the claims by opening up on what it knows about the saga, or stay silent and hope the noise dies down. But one thing is clear: many people have pointed out that it may cause a royal crisis in succession, even though Harry is not the next in succession. But how will this happen? Stay tuned, the story only gets more interesting. Royal succession crises. The debate of royal succession started following the news of Meghan and Harry's surrogacy. The news came with many questioning if Archie and Lilibet truly had a rightful place in the royal line. According to UK law, heirs close to the throne must have clear family records to prove their lineage. But some noticed there wasn't much public information about Meghan Markle's pregnancies, raising doubts. Legal experts pointed out that royal births usually have proper documents.
In his newly obtained birth certificate, it shows Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor arrived May 6th.
Yet the lack of transparency made many wonder. With royal succession being so important, even small uncertainties quickly became major concerns. But this wasn't the first time the royal family faced such doubts. In fact, history showed that these issues were taken very seriously in the past. For many years, the British monarchy required the Home Secretary to be present at royal births. This rule, in place until 1936, aimed to prevent any trickery over who was truly born into the royal family. At the time, people feared that babies could be swapped or replaced, so having a government official present helped keep things honest. While the practice was stopped to modernize royal births, many now wondered if ending it had been a mistake. After all, those old rules existed to stop the very doubts people were having today. As the whispers grew louder, the public's demand for answers intensified. Across the Commonwealth, people began calling for Buckingham Palace to release medical proof of Meghan's pregnancies. This wasn't just idle curiosity. Many believed that the royal family's integrity was at stake. In countries like Australia and Canada, where the British monarch is still head of state, people wanted reassurance that the royal line was legitimate. Trust in the monarchy is built on transparency, and people felt secrecy could damage that trust beyond repair. With pressure mounting, some legal experts suggested a more drastic solution, which is DNA testing. If the calls for proof continued to grow, the royal family might have to consider genetic tests to confirm Archie and Lilibet's lineage. Such a step would be strange in modern royal history, but DNA provides the clearest answer. Still, this idea came with risks. Requiring DNA tests for royal heirs might set a complicated precedent for future royal children. Would the public find it too personal? Or would they see it as necessary to clear lingering doubts? As the debate continued, attention turned to Parliament. Normally, lawmakers avoid royal matters, but the situation was becoming too big to ignore. If the scandal worsened, Parliament could step in to review the rules of royal succession. In extreme cases, they might even pass new laws to close any gaps in the process.
The UK government is set to introduce a legislation in Parliament.
The monarchy plays a key role in the UK's government system, so any confusion about heirs posed a real constitutional issue. Yet, through all the demands for clarity, Harry and Meghan remained silent. Their refusal to share hospital records or detailed birth information only made things worse. Many believed that providing simple proof could have ended the rumors quickly. As the controversy dragged on, royal experts began to wonder what lessons could be learned. Would the monarchy consider bringing back old rules to avoid future scandals? It seemed possible that new rules would require official witnesses or stricter documentation for royal births. While nobody expected the return of the Home Secretary and delivery rooms, a middle ground might be found to reassure the public. The idea was simple: ensure no future royal child's legitimacy could be doubted. If history had taught the monarchy anything, it was that clarity now could prevent bigger issues later. But things took a more serious turn. The legal consequences are being considered. What if it turned out that Harry and Meghan had misled everyone? If proof emerged that they had lied, the royal family might strip Archie and Lilibet of their titles. Such a move would be dramatic in modern times, But royal experts said it couldn't be ruled out. Losing royal status would not just be a personal blow. It would change how the public sees the entire royal family. People wondered how far the palace would go to protect the monarchy's reputation if deception were proven. But perhaps the most personal focus was on Prince Harry himself. Once celebrated as a beloved royal figure, Harry's decisions now faced heavy scrutiny. If it was found that he had knowingly hidden the truth about the births, his royal privileges could be taken away. Organizations that once proudly worked with him began to reconsider their ties. Even his military roles and honorary positions were called into question.
Prince Harry is back in the spotlight. He's coming home after his second military deployment to Afghanistan.
For someone who had stepped back from royal duties seeking independence, the irony was clear. His royal past continued to affect his future. Prince Harry's decision to step back from his royal duties surprised many, as it broke tradition and challenged the royal family's long-standing expectations. For years, he was seen as an active member, deeply involved in royal events and charity work. But what caused this unexpected move? Why did Harry choose to distance himself from the royal family? Let's find out. Why Meghan and Harry left royal duties. Prince Harry has stepped down from royal duties, but not everyone knows why.
The weekend's announcement that Harry and Meghan will step back from all royal duties.
His choice surprised the world, making people wonder what could drive a prince to leave a life of privilege. Royal life seemed glamorous from the outside, but behind the scenes was a rough journey filled with personal struggles, family issues, and constant public attention. Harry's issues with the media started long before he left royal life. As a child, he dealt with unwanted media attention that often went too far. A lot of controversies followed him everywhere, even during private moments. Things got worse after his mother, Princess Diana, died in 1997. She passed away in a car crash in Paris while being chased by photographers. Her death left Harry deeply hurt and suspicious of the media. As he got older, the public's interest in his personal life only grew. When he began dating actress Meghan Markle, media pressure became worse, bringing back painful memories and making him want to protect his loved ones. The media's treatment of Meghan made things worse. When their relationship went public, British tabloids focused not just on their romance, but also on Meghan's biracial background. Headlines often had subtle racism, criticizing everything from her heritage to her clothes. Harry openly called out this unfair treatment, saying it was hurtful and targeted. The constant negativity affected both Meghan and Harry, turning a happy time into a stressful experience. As media pressure grew, Harry fought back legally. He filed lawsuits against certain tabloids for phone hacking and false stories. These actions showed how angry he was about the invasion of his privacy. Yet, even after taking legal steps, the media didn't back off. After their 2018 wedding, the spotlight only got brighter, with every move and choice analyzed and criticized. On top of media troubles, Harry struggled with his mental health. The demands of royal duties and public attention left him emotionally exhausted. In interviews, he talked about getting therapy for long-term anxiety and trauma.
And I really feel as though we should be focused more on the things that feed our soul.
Much of it linked to his mother's death and the pressures of being royal. Many commended him for speaking openly about mental health, but it also showed how hard royal life had become for him. Family tensions added to the stress. There was news that Harry's relationship with his brother, Prince William, had become strained. They reportedly disagreed over Meghan's role in the family and how royal duties should be handled. Some disagreements stayed private, but others became public, which fueled the rumor about a family rift. This friction made Harry feel more distant from his royal role. Harry and Meghan also felt let down by the royal family. Despite facing harsh media coverage, they believed the palace didn't defend them enough. Harry asked for more support, but his pleas were reportedly ignored. This lack of support left the couple feeling isolated and unprotected. Harry's concern for Meghan's health made things worse. Meghan later revealed she struggled with her mental health while working as a royal, even having suicidal thoughts. How this turned out shocked everyone. Alarmed, Harry became more determined to protect her and their family. The stress from the media and lack of support pushed them to consider major changes for their well-being. Even the birth of their son, Archie, was surrounded by controversy. Their decision to keep details private, like having a closed christening, drew criticism. While some accused them of being secretive, others defended their right to privacy as new parents. At the same time, Harry and Meghan wanted to be financially independent. They hoped to earn their own money while keeping some royal connections. But this idea caused tension within the family. They were criticized for wanting royal perks without responsibilities, while the couple insisted they just wanted freedom, not a full break from royal life. Public opinion shifted over time. Some people began to see them as entitled, wondering why they accepted royal benefits while criticizing royal traditions. This constant conflict and disagreement added to their feelings of isolation. In a 2019 documentary, Harry and Meghan: An African Journey, they spoke openly about their struggles. Meghan admitted she wasn't good, and Harry talked about how royal life had affected him. What was meant to highlight their charity work ended up focusing on their personal challenges. Looking for peace, the couple spent time in Canada, away from royal duties. But even there, the media didn't leave them alone. It became clear that moving away wasn't enough to escape the spotlight. In January 2020, they shocked the world by announcing their decision to step back from senior royal roles.
Tonight, there's stunning news about Prince Harry and his wife Meghan. They're essentially quitting the royal family.
They plan to split their time between the UK and North America and work towards financial independence. The media dubbed the decision Megxit. The announcement surprised even senior royals, leading Queen Elizabeth to call an emergency meeting. After talks, a deal was reached. They could step down, but would lose some privileges. Among the losses were their HRH titles and Harry's military roles, which was especially hard for him since he valued his military service. Security was another concern. Without public funding for protection, Harry worried about threats to his family's safety. Losing this protection was a major frustration. After stepping back, Harry and Meghan moved to California. Media attention continued, but being away from royal rules gave them more freedom. They signed deals with companies like Netflix and Spotify to support themselves, working on projects related to storytelling and mental health. People had different opinions. Some thought they were using their royal connections to make money, while others admired their efforts to start fresh. The conversation reignited in March 2021 during their interview with Oprah Winfrey. They made shocking claims, including a family discussion about concerns over Archie's skin color. Meghan spoke about her mental health struggles and the lack of support they received. Everything about Prince Harry has always been surrounded by controversy. And now, with Lady Campbell's recent revelations, nobody knows what's coming next. Do you think Meghan and Harry had their sons through surrogacy, or it's just another baseless scandal? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, click on the next video on your screen. You won't want to miss it.